Hey guys, I've got Jim with me today. Hey Jim.
Hi there, Greg. You all right?
I'm good. And the reason I got Jim on the call really is because Jim posted a picture this week in our private Facebook group of what he's achieved over the past 6 months of working with us. And honestly, it's amazing, not just the physical, like what he's achieved in his body, but also his fitness, his health, his lifestyle as well has massively improved. And so I wanted to get Jim on the call to just kind of explain the situation he was in before starting, what he's achieved and how that's kind of impacted his life. And so we're going to pass over to Jim. So if you just tell us kind of who you are and what you do.
Yeah, my name's Jim Kelly. I'm 51. I'm a water treatment sales manager based on the Wilton site and around the northeast of England. So that fills the days.
And just let us know kind of a bit about your situation before starting.
Okay, so I was entered my 50s. I wasn't really happy with what I was seeing in the mirror. I'm very happily married and I've got 3 wonderful children, so that side of my life's great. But it was my own personal position. I was overweight quite significantly, so I tipped the scales at over 19 stone. So I'm 6'4", so it's not insignificant, but it was still far too much weight. But I was really unfit, and the knock-on effect of that was making me very unhappy. I had really low self-esteem and sometimes even self-loathing, really not liking myself at all. Yeah. I had a couple of historical injuries that would hold me back at times, but I was certainly making them worse by putting weight on and not exercising as well. So that was another situation I was in. I was stuck in a rut, really. It said a lot, but I was stuck in a cycle of eating too much, drinking too much, not exercising, not being a happy guy, and then just feeding it again and doing the same things again and getting nowhere different. So that's where I got to before I joined you guys.
So you're basically just kind of making the wrong choices with food.
Absolutely.
Poor habit choices.
Yeah.
And then
I struggled with motivation as well. I really didn't have any motivation to do anything about it. I just have no self-belief in myself. I just wouldn't get up and do anything.
Yeah. And how long had you been like that, and how long had you struggled?
We're talking yo-yoed my weight for probably a good 20 years.
Yeah.
Never been where I wanted it to be. It would yo-yo between being really heavy and just being too heavy.
Yeah.
But the unfitness would stay there for long periods of time, yeah.
And so you'd never got to the fitness and kind of the results you've got now?
No. Like we've talked before about how I've done training on my own. I've done different things before, and you get to a certain level of achievement with it, but it's very easy to drop off. And when it's only you motivating yourself, it's too easy to drop off. It's been quite different doing this experience.
Yeah, that's definitely what we find with this program is once you have a structure and you follow it and you start seeing results, it's really motivating. Absolutely. And you want to come and you want to keep going.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, that's been the thing since starting this. It's been amazing, yeah. I mean, if you say I started 6 months ago, just talking numbers, the weight loss is around 40 pounds. I've lost 18 centimetres off my waist, so I'm happier in myself. I'm looking better. I've got more self-esteem. My fitness is loads better.
Yeah.
And from where it really was. I would have considered myself entering a risk bracket of my age and things like that. My dad had a heart attack when he was 49. He's still with us. Everything's fine, but it's the kind of thing that goes through your mind when you're in that situation. So I had to do something about it, and I have, and my fitness is loads better. The ultimate part, though, has been the mindset change for me mentally. I'm a happier guy. People around me have noticed that, and I like myself again. I've got into a position where I didn't like the person that I was, and now I do. It's been such a turnaround. It's amazing.
Because I remember you saying you looked in the mirror and you just didn't like the person. You looked back and looked completely changed.
Yeah, absolutely. And now I can believe again. It's good. It's great.
How has your kind of fitness and your health and your just mindset impacted everyday life?
Oh, so many ways. Let's start with going up and down the stairs and not getting out of breath.
Yeah.
So that's an achievement in itself.
Yeah.
But I've gone from fearing exercise to looking forward to it. And I think some of the comments, some of the other people say, you're doing 2 classes tonight. And I'm going, yeah, I actually want to see if I can do 2 classes. I want to try.
Yeah.
I want to see if I've got it in me to, because training is as much about the mind as it is about the body. You've got to be able to tell yourself to do something and work harder. Because it is easy to say, this hurts, that hurts, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
But now I find I've got loads of self-belief. The kids are happier. Everybody's happier. I can do most things around the house. It's just, it's just everything about it.
So just to recap there, £40 18 centimetres off your waist. Obviously, loads of must be belt buckle sizes down.
Yeah. Need a new belt, yeah. New clothes.
Shirt sizes t-shirt must be coming right down as well, surely.
Again, yeah, you're right. I forgot all about that. Yeah, so I'm almost at the point where I need a new wardrobe now, and I'm giving the rest of my gear away to charity because
that's the disadvantage of our programme.
It is because I now look like, when I put my old clothes on, I look like I've got some giant freaks clothes on. They're so enormous on me, it looks ridiculous. So yeah, I've had to give a lot of decent gear away to charity, but there's a minor downside. I can live with it.
As long as the main upsides.
Absolutely.
Fitness, not out of breath anymore, walking upstairs. Are you doing, like you said, you got 3 kids, so are you now able to do like maybe activities with them or hobbies with them?
We do some stuff. I train. My son started to take a bit of an interest in the boxing, so we've got a boxing kit at home now. So I've gone to his football practice with him, things like that. So yeah, there's loads of things. My daughters have started getting interested in the boxing as well, so we do that. With the lockdown being here as well, I've set something up which is improvised weight training in the gardens, some deadlifting, some overhead pressing with an old ladder, for want of a better description. That's all it is. But yeah, it's great. I want to do something every day now.
It's kind of like I always kind of think about this. It's the ripple effect. So we kind of help you and you get like incredible results, but then it's how that impacts your family and those around you as well in a positive way.
Yeah. Well, that's it. The kids have seen it and they've seen a change in me. And it's not that they need to do anything weight loss wise or anything like that. They're just thinking, actually, I don't do enough exercise. I'd like to do a bit more as well. So they're getting interested in it as well. So it's been a really good positive effect.
And then finally, you said obviously motivation now is it from a point where it was really, really, really low to now really good, and energy levels there a lot better.
The motivation as well. So again, with the lockdown coming, the first fear was that I would allow it to drop off, that I would allow the training to drop off, and I haven't. And that's been, for me, really rewarding to believe in myself again. So I'm thinking, I have got my mindset right. I'm doing a lot of walking. I'd love to run, but my knees are a little bit dodgy, so I'm not too comfortable with the running. But I'm certainly walking a lot and doing the training and doing some of the online classes as well, because they are really quite, they're a good laugh to do as well as being, hard work. Yeah. Entertaining, watching people's pets jumping in and out of the video all the time, But no, it's great, and the energy levels are there, and I want to do more things. Yeah,
that's another thing. Once you're in a good routine, and you're enjoying exercise, you want to do more. You get that kind of get up and go, and almost that spring in your step again, which impacts so many areas of life. Really.
Yeah. So I'm losing my notes.
What was it that kind of, or what was it that helped you get those results? How have we helped you kind of get that?
Yeah, so it's a two-way street, isn't it? I had to come to a point where I knew I needed to do something. I'd seen the adverts. I also knew of some people who'd done the classes as well and seen positive stuff from them. I also thought, this is different to what I've done before. I need more input from other people to drive me. So I joined up with the team, and it really has been the drive and determination. The help with the nutrition's been superb. So keeping me accountable for what I eat. It hasn't meant I have to stop having a life outside of exercising and eating healthily. I can have my off days. I can go and have a pizza if I want. I can go out for a night. It doesn't cause me to have to give up, anything that I enjoy doing. It's just given me more information to make good decisions on. And, the information's there to say you can't live on pizzas every day. You've got to make better decisions for more of the time. And over the weeks and the months, it's been, I've found it a lot easier to do. But the team, you guys, all of the coaches and yourself, you're not judgmental. You guide people. You help people on. You're looking for people who are struggling to help them. And the confident people, you push them harder because they need that push to keep excelling. It's just, I just wouldn't have achieved what I've done without the group. And the other side of it as well is the members. All of the members. You come into a group like this very apprehensive, or certainly I did. A big guy. Everybody notices you when you walk in a room and you're 6'4". But when you're overweight and you don't like yourself, you don't want to be noticed, really. So to be able to walk into the group and to find that the members are so supportive and care, and a lot of them have been where you've been, and there's no judgment at all. It's just people supporting you all the time and guiding you and helping you. It's been fantastic.
So just to recap, kind of the help with your nutrition and help with the training, and then the community as well, isn't it?
Absolutely, huge part of it. Yeah.
That's the thing. Like you want the more kind of good influences and positive people you can surround yourself with, the better, because they're going to push you on, they're going to keep you encouraged, and they're going to keep you going.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
you feed off their energy, and they feed off yours and your successes. All it just pushes everyone together.
Yeah, it is really good. Won't be without it.
I know, and that's another thing. Like with the nutrition, it's lifestyle-based nutrition, where we want you to feel like you're not on a diet. It's improving and refining the way you eat, so you can have things you enjoy, but also lose 40 pounds like you've done.
Yeah, that would absolutely. I haven't had to give up my life, which is, that would be the struggle. That's probably where people fail, and where I've failed in the past is you try to follow a diet and you do well for so long, but then it just tails off because you get bored with it and you've had to change what you do normally, and it just becomes tedious to do. Whereas this is more of it's everything together, if you like. So it's all the asset. You've got to do the training. You've got to monitor what you're eating and keep an eye on that, and know what you're doing and know what things you shouldn't have a lot of, because whatever's in them. You've got to roll everything together: mindset, food, and exercise. It's got to work together, which it does.
It's perfect. No, you've done so well. What would you say to someone kind of maybe apprehensive about starting, maybe in your position 6 months ago?
For me personally, and it's very glib and easy to say, but just do it. Just jump off the diving boards, get in at the deep end. You'll be surprised how quickly you find out you're not being judged. People aren't looking down their noses at you. They're just there to help. People will just put an arm around you. They're very supportive, very helpful. I'd feel everybody needs to have their aha moment or light bulb moment where they go, I need to do something about this. I can't keep going like that. They need to get to that point, which I think a lot of people do when they turn up, is they get to a point where they think, I can't get any lower. I've got to do something about it. Don't put that off. Don't fear it. Just get on with it. You need to accept where you are and that you need to do something about it. That's the other part of it. And the third bit is to take on board the advice and the support, and take small steps, because the end goal will be achieved if you do that. So if you do it in small pieces, week by week, month to month, you'll definitely get there. If you try and set a goal that's too big, then it inevitably becomes something that you can't overcome. So yeah, just do it in baby steps. And this week I want to be able to do 2 burpees, and next week I need to be able to do 10 stars, whatever, and just step them up a little bit at a time. So that will be it. But just do it. Don't fear it. You're only fighting yourself, really. At the end of the day, it's yourself that's stopping you, nobody else. So that would be it. And I'd really positively do it. It's great.
That's absolutely brilliant. Great advice. And you've done it, and you've kind of walked the steps you've just explained to other people. Yep. And from where you were to where you are now, it's such a transformation in your body, your fitness, your health, and your lifestyle. I just want to say, like, a huge well done to you, because you've been the one that's put the work in. You stayed consistent. You've been a great member, a joy to watch progress, and also just great in the community, posting and helping other people. So a massive well done, and thank you as well for being a great member.
Oh, thank you. I struggle to take praise, but no, thank you. I have to look in the mirror and accept I am looking better. So thank you very much.
Brilliant.
Appreciate that.